Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And today I brought with me both of the Melody Beatty books. I looked at the titles and I thought both of the titles looked fantastic, so hopefully I get to both of the meditations today. Let's start with The Language of Letting Go, which is my favorite of all the meditation books. And the meditation for today, July 12th, is Letting Go of Fear of Abandonment, which I think is such a great one for most of us, but definitely me. Where are you, God? Where did you go? So many people have gone away. We may have felt so alone, so much. In the midst of our struggles and lessons, we may wonder if God has gone away too. There are wondrous days when we feel God's protection and presence, leading and guiding each step and event. There are gray, dry days of spiritual barrenness when we wonder if anything in our life is guided or planned, wondering if God knows or cares. Seek quiet times on the gray days. Force discipline and obedience until the answer comes, because it will. I have not gone away, child. I am here, always. Rest in me in confidence. All in your life is being guided and planned, each detail. I know and I care. Things are being worked out as quickly as possible for your highest good. Trust and be grateful. I am right here. Soon you will see and know. Today I will remember that God has not abandoned me. I can trust that God is leading, guiding, directing, and planning in love each detail of my life. So I'm going to do something that I don't typically do over here, which is I'm going to talk a little bit about my spiritual beliefs. I do it from time to time, but this is so pertinent to this meditation that I really feel like I need to share this in case there's even just one person out there that needs to hear it. So, first of all, I'm going to do a video on my Peter Does Stuff channel talking about yesterday, because yesterday was a rough day for me, and I don't even really know why. I just woke up and I don't feel like this very often, you know, which like people are like, how are you always so positive and whatever? Well, I'm not always so positive. You know, I wake up and I'm like, oh, I've got all these things that I have to do and these, you know, emails to answer, and I've got to weed the front, you know, walkway and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, like, I'm so grateful for each and every day that I have. And am reminded of that regularly, that pulls me back pretty quickly from any kind of, you know, remorse or sadness. And and there is definitely a difference, and I want to make this very, very clear. There is a difference between, I think, situational sadness and clinical depression or being depressed. You know, those are things that you need to be seeing somebody for, and it's not just something that's going to go away, and you need, like, talk therapy and counseling, and, you know, even there are some, you know, great medications out there if you see somebody and they recommend that, and that's something that you choose to do. But I'm not going to get into that. Yesterday for me was situational sadness. I just was like, I don't really even know what it was, you know? So let me tell you what had happened. I think it was, well, I had gone back to my meetings, and I was in this meeting this one night, and we were talking about this whole idea of the wheelbarrow analogy. And the wheelbarrow analogy is basically, I think I might have shared something about this on my vlog, but there's this guy, right, and he is like, I think it's over the Grand Canyon, and he has like this rope or something, and he like gets in this wheelbarrow, and he like goes across the rope and comes back. And there was this other guy standing there looking at him, right? And he says to him, he says, do you believe that I can make it across, you know, on this rope in this wheelbarrow? And the guy says to him, yeah, I just saw you, so of course I believe that you can do it, right? And the guy looks at him and he goes, do you trust that I can do it? Or I think maybe like he doesn't even go across. He just says, do you believe that I can do it? And the guy's like, yeah, sure, I believe that you can do it, I guess. And he's like, do you trust that I can do it? And the guy's like, yeah, I guess. And so he goes, get in the wheelbarrow. And for me, that's the difference when you believe in a higher power, which I do. That's the difference between belief and trust. You know, that when we say we trust our higher power, we trust God or whatever, like, do we really believe and trust that God has our back? Like, do we really believe that there's a plan for us and that it's greater than our understanding? And I remember I came home that night And it was the night that Tucker passed away, and we had to go to the emergency vet and all this kind of stuff. And I remember I came home after all of that, and, you know, Alex and I laid in bed. And it's so funny because little Boot Radley is right here. Yeah, aren't you? And, you know, we talked in bed and cried and stuff. And then I was like, I think I might have been like walking Boo Radley outside and just kind of looking up at the sky. And it like hit me in that moment. I was like, do you really, like, you have set this foundation, you know, for 27 and a half years of your life on this higher power that you believe in, but do you really trust that there is some plan at play here? You know, that you may never see for the next 10 years, but there's some plan, you know? Almost every night since then, I've asked myself that question. And it changes, I have to tell you. There are some days that, yes, I feel like God's got me, and there are other days that I'm not so sure, you know? And that's okay. And that's okay, you know? Because any God that would have me would also understand that I'm human, and there are going to be times that I'm going to struggle with belief and trust. But I think this is such a great meditation because, you know, we could go to the corny kind of analogy of the, what is it, the poster where it's like the footsteps in the sand, you know, and it's like, I never let you go kind of thing. But I do believe that, you know, and there's another recovery saying that is that, you know, God didn't bring me this far to dump me on my ASS, you know, and it's like, I don't know what I'm here for. I don't. I believe, you know, that I hear from things, or I hear things from other people. You know, I love like the interview that Oprah did with RuPaul, and RuPaul said, I think that life is about, you know, repairing our lives and then going on and living the best life possible to be demonstration for other people that that's possible, that you can live this amazing, magical life, right? And I so love that idea that first we have to fix us. First we have to clean up the wreckage of our past. First we have to, you know, stop hurting people and stop putting that out there. And then the second part of that is living the best life that you were given and then being a demonstration of that. And that's what I want to do, you know, because there's been so many people that have done that to me. As far as the abandonment piece, you know, I have felt so abandoned in my life on so many different levels where I just felt completely alone. And I think, you know, like I have the ability to push people away and to shut people out. And I think that was a little bit of what was going on with me yesterday. Was I did feel very alone yesterday. But I woke up feeling like that. And, you know, I have my husband and I have my best friend and my sponsor and other friends, and all I have to do is reach out to somebody. But there are some days where I just don't want to. There are some days where I guess I choose to be alone, you know? And there are other days that, to be honest with you, like I do very well alone. Like I enjoy my alone time, and I enjoy, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. You know, there's a huge difference to that. And so, I don't know, you know? And then we had our marriage counseling session last night, and I brought it up in there, and it went really well, and we kind of processed it, and, you know, I left there feeling great, you know? So, I don't know, it's like, sometimes I just have to do the work to get out of how I'm feeling. But I will say this, you know, at those times in my life, you know, that I have felt like it was just me and God, there have been many times that I've also been like, and that's okay. And I can survive with just me and God, you know, for at least a period. I think as humans, we need people, but there are also periods of time where I'm like, if I don't have people in my life, I'm going to be okay for right now. And then eventually there will be other people that will come, you know, but I also have to do the work. You know, sometimes what I've learned is that God has put people in my path, and I have to be the ones to reach out. I have to be the ones to call. I have to be the ones to embrace that friendship, you know, because like I said, I'm real good at pushing people away sometimes. So that was a great meditation, and now I want to read the second one, which is called Let the Universe Lead the Way. Is it super long? No. Feel and see how the life force, the heartbeat of the universe, leads you on, guides you, takes you on the way. Yes, there are times when we need to march forward, muster up our willpower, and grind through the motions, but those times are transitory. And that's not the magical way we're living now. Even when we stop, doubt, wonder, get tired, and confused, the universe is there to revitalize us, move us along our path, and lead the way. If you're tired, rest. If you're sad, cry. If you're thirsty, take a long, cold drink of water. If you feel hopeless, feel that. But know it's just for the moment. If you feel confused, feel that. Feel it until clarity, desire, hope, and meaning break through. You don't have to trudge through on willpower, not any longer. You do not have to push your way through. Rest until you feel healed, then gently go forward. Let the universe assist you. Open your eyes, the eyes of your soul, and see where to go. Feel where to go. Sense what to do next. See how the magical power of the universe carries you along, even when you get tired, even when you get confused. You are connected to yourself, to the universal life force, to God. Quiet the chatter of your mind, renew your body, replenish your soul, take in all the healing energy of the world around you, then let the universe lead the way. I loved that so much. And that was really kind of what I did yesterday. You know, like I just was like, I'm just going to get a few things done around the house, and I'm going to, I don't know, talk to my neighbors and go to my marriage counseling session and just, you know, put one foot in front of the other. And most days that works for me, you know, and then it's like I wake up today and I feel fantastic and I feel grateful for my life. And that's not to say that there aren't going to be sad days that come, because there are. There are definitely going to be sad days that come ahead, you know. And thankfully today I know to give myself a break and realize that, number one, sadness is not a negative. And number two, that I can allow myself to feel sad. That's not a bad thing, you know. I think sometimes we think that's a bad thing, or it feels like it's a bad thing, but it's not. It's okay to feel sad from time to time. I love you guys so much. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.